The scoring summary for tonight's game, with 3:49 to go in the first quarter, Eli Babbage took off for a 5-yard touchdown run to put Air Force up 7-0. In the second quarter, that's when the Marines really got going. Dmitry Khrushchev, 7-yard touchdown run, and that was followed up by a Jed Jones 17-yard touchdown pass to put the Marines up 14-7. But back came the Air Force with a minute to go in the second quarter. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Eli Babbage squared it, and just 23 seconds later, Alex Grover took a 60-yard pass from Jed Jones to the house for the touchdown. In the third quarter, Air Force got on the board first, but that was about the last we saw of the Air Force offense. For the Marines, 78-yard pass from Jed Jones to C.J. Hawk for a touchdown, and a 49-yard field goal from Chase put the Marines up 31-17 going into the fourth. The Marines would tack on one more touchdown on a Lamont Price 1-yard run, and Eli Babbage would put in on the finishing touches with 2 seconds to go with a 9-yard touchdown run. Team stats in this ball game: first downs 21-12, and you can see them here. That rushing yards was a big stat in this game. 40 carries, 181 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Marines, to just 37 carries on 26 yards and 2 scores for Air Force. Marines 23 of 28 passing and only had 9 third downs. They converted 5 of them. 2 interceptions to 1 for Air Force. Penalties killed both teams in this game. 7 penalties for 64 yards for the Marines. 5 penalties for 55 yards for Air Force. Player stats tonight: Jed Jones, sensational, 23 of 27, 333 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but was sacked 5 times. For Air Force, Babbage also had a pretty good night: 16 of 28, 343, a touchdown, a pick, and was sacked 3 times. Running the football, Johnny Rebel struggled. 14 carries, 21 yards. Babbage had 8 carries for 12 yards, and Hector Iona 2 carries for 3 yards. But it was a different side on the difference for the Marines. 113 yards, 20 carries for Dmitry Khrushchev, and a touchdown. Jed Jones also had 23 yards on 12 carries. Price had 22 yards on 4 carries for the score. Receiving, Julian Francesco, 6 catches for 76 yards on the night. Khrushchev had 4, and Grover 4 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Hawk had 93 yards and a touchdown. For Air Force, the 2 deep ball threats looked very impressive tonight. Peyton Rocknow, 6 catches for 145 yards. Caleb Winchell, 3 catches for 103 yards, but did not get in the end zone. Blocking, 1 pancake for Winchell for the Marines, 1 pancake for Grover defensively. Thomas, 8 tackles and a sack. Did not have a sack. Jenkins had half a sack. In a very good game tonight, Asante Evans with 1 pass deflection. Going down the list for the Marines: 4 tackles for Jim Bowman, and Kellen Smith had a sack and a half and 2 tackles for loss in this ball game. For Air Force, King Mahalulu, 11 tackles, 1 tackle for loss and 1 sack. He was quietly a very good player tonight. And hold on just 1 second. Lost charge in our controller. 1 interception for Sean Regal on 7 tackles. Down the list for the Air Force on the defensive side of the ball: half a sack down there for number 98, a tackle for loss for Tommy Gunn, but also had an interception, and Gunn got hurt. Will be out for the remainder of the rookie bowls. 1 pass deflection. Kicking game: Reginald Fairbanks, 1 of 2. His long was from 43. He was 1 of 1 from 40 and 0 for 1 from outside of 50, but that was a 60-yard field goal. For the Marines, Jason Chase was 1 of 2, long of 50, and missed a 45-yard field goal from the right hash mark. Punting the football, Chase 41.5 yards per punt, Longest punt was 42 for Air Force. 3 punts, average of 40.3, and a long of 42 yards. Kick returns, there you see Rocknow, 24.5 average, 25.5 average for Khrushchev, and on the punt returns, 6 for Khrushchev and 7.5 for Caleb Winchell. That's a rundown of your stats in the opening game of the Rookie Bowls. Marines takes down Air Force, 38-24.